Did you guys enjoy the whole week of SUP racing over in Denmark? Well, I sure did. It was super exciting to watch. I watched every day, following along, putting results and all of that. But there's this little but there. But the SUP sport has a problem that kind of very bluntly was made aware to me by my wife. It's not me, it's my wife. She pointed out something that I really had to put some thought into, and that actually sparked me of doing this video. I was actually going to do something else, but I had to come up with this video real quick. But first, just walking you guys through the week. It was so cool. The first day, the sprints, definitely was my favorite day. The running, beach starts, the in and out, the fast paced. It was really cool. It was interesting to watch because it had a little controversy there about the length of the running. And yes, a sprint race, a beach start is not a running race. And the difference between low tide and high tide is quite something that needs to be considered depending on locations where you have it. And we saw those low tide sprinting runs there into the water. That was just kind of interesting. It was definitely cool for me to watch. But if I hear from somebody telling me, hey, I measured the distance of the race course and people were running up to 40% of the length of the race course, then that might be something that needs to be considered. Nevertheless, it made for great entertainment. Second day watching the long distance. Also, I really enjoyed watching that. Long distance racing always getting a little drawn out, but it was really cool to watch, like how T2 materialized on those bumps and all those ocean races. And I think if you want to be a medal holder in international races, you got to know the bumps. That's something that we really seen. And you know what really always makes a big difference in those races is the commentary. And on that note, shout out to Mathieu. He did a really good job with his commentary, and it just makes a difference when you have somebody commentating that knows the people, that actually is not just commentating about it, but knows his people personally. And Mathieu did a really good job. And even actually also good job for Joe, who's normally a GWA, Global Wing Sport Association commentator. He also did a really good job. You could almost not tell that he never commentated a SUP race before. So that was actually really cool. Good job there, guys. So that really made the trick for me. And then, of course, the distance, the distance, yeah, and this is probably my point where I'm getting to. The technical race was also like, I like those beach runs. It's so exciting to watch who's getting to the buoy first. And then after the first buoy, then down the beach, through that chicane. I really enjoyed that as well. And that's where I'm coming in with the problem. Because I'm sitting in the evening, actually, I can watch it from my couch, putting on a TV, watching the live cast. And there comes my wife. He's like, this is a yawner. Her words, this is a yawner. This is boring. Change the channel. It's like, no, I want to watch this. There's my friends there racing. I know all these people. And she's like, yeah, no, yada, yada, back and forth. I'm keep watching. She's reading a book. And this is something then I kind of went off on me. It's like, we want to grow the sport. We want to bring more people into the sport. But we need spectators, right? We need people to watch this. And we need this to make faster pace, because I hate to say it, I ended up timing one of those heats and it was a half an hour for the guys. And after 3 rounds, I was really like, another one. And it's just too much. Almost 5 kilometers on a technical race. You can commentate all you want, and it sure was nice to hear, but you can always only repeat yourself so and so often. And so I'm like thinking like, well, why am I watching this and finding it cool? And why is my wife not watching it and finding it not cool? Well, character building, people knowing. I know the people paddling. I've talked to them. We've seen each other. So it's cool. It's community, right? So where we enjoy watching it. For somebody who does not know who these people are, they're like, no, thank you. And I'm thinking like, well, but people are watching Formula One racing. Also very boring. But here is, what happened in the US? I watched Formula One racing back in the day in Switzerland, and in the US it was not a thing. It was never a thing until this Netflix show came out, and they did this whole character thing. They follow all those racers personally and what's going on behind them in the boxes and stuff. and boom, now in the US people like Formula One. You know, the NASCAR guys probably not so stoked about it, but now they like it. And this is what I mean. You need to kind of like this character building and tell a story. And how are we breaking the ice with people that don't know what's going on? Well, we need to bring a fast-paced TV production. Just like TikTok and Instagram Reels, right? Why is it so successful? Well, it goes boom, 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 15 seconds, over, next, swipe. People have such a short attention span, and I'm sure wondering how many of you guys are still watching at this point. If you do, maybe click that like button or give me a comment that you're still on this. But this is what I mean. This is what I mean, guys. We need to have this thing faster paced. We're looking at a TV production where we're like, you know, where are the replays? Where are the replays of the start? Where are the replays of the first buoy turn? Where are the replays of the guy falling in the water? And so on. Shorten the race a little down. Don't make it a half an hour tack race. That's too much. Make it fast so that people don't fall asleep. Like me, I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm sure I'm watching these guys doing a draft train. I know what's going on. But we need the new people watching this. We need people like my wife. Want to watch this, like, oh, this is kind of cool. Or like my kids will also go, this is boring, you know. I'm like, hey, you know, this is what your dad does. I'm doing that, you know. So that's something. We need to build the characters and tell the story, and we need to have fast-paced, better TV production. Now, in my opinion, you need almost 3 commentators. You need 2 guys in the booth, 1 fast talker, 1 analyzer, and 1 person down on the beach. And I've been watching the WSL for quite a while now, and I remember when they first came out with their makeshift YouTube, or YouTube wasn't even really a big thing back then, with the local surf channel here in Hawaii, and they're starting to build on that, and now you look what they do. Well, yes, of course, we know this all takes money and budget, which sadly our sport doesn't have yet. But we need to build up on that with what we have, because otherwise I can never watch this with my kids and say like, hey, look, there is Tito, or hey, look, there is my friend from Switzerland, Anna, or you know, like something like that, and the kids are like, oh yeah, cool, I want to paddle like them, you know. That's not going to happen, because all they see is a draft train and too long of a pause between in the commentary. We need to have clocks underneath, people talking, and then we need to have the times. We need to have stats. There needs to be more content, so we get this full package and being sold to the people. Kind of like, remember for you guys who's been in here with the Ultimate SUP Showdown, but that was a TV production if there ever was one, or the Paya River Games. That was a TV production if there ever was one. So we need to work up on that, because otherwise we're never going to have this mainstream getting into this, and people are watching it, or at least more than just the friends and family. You know, I was looking at how many people were watching it. It's like this last finals was like, I guess 113 people on YouTube and about 150 people on Mathieu's SUP total channel. And I mean, that's not bad numbers, right? That's not bad, that's good. But it's all mostly friends and family that tune into this, and as soon as you get draft train, boom, they click away. So there you have it, guys. More excitement, more good stuff, and I can't wait to see what the ICF is dishing up next week, and we'll see you in the next video.